Hello guys, this is Harshavardhan. Welcome back to my channel Harsha's CVS. Today we are going to learn some of the important topics in the discrete time in digital signal processing. Okay. And the first main, we are starting from the basics, and the first thing we need to learn is how we need to represent the discrete time signals. Representation of a discrete time signals we will study in detail now. Okay. Yeah, we need to notice some of the important points that discrete time signals are defined at particular time instance only. It means we are having discrete time signals like this. Suppose assume this is a discrete time signal x of n. We are having n. Assume this as a -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay. Now listen carefully, it is defined at a discrete time instance only. At only 2 the signal is defined, at only 1 signal is defined, at only 0 signal is defined, at 1 signal defined, at 2 signal defined. In between these the signal is not defined. Second one, amplitude between the two time instance are not defined. See, between -2 and -1 there is no amplitude, so amplitude is not defined. Between -1, 0, no amplitude. In such a way, amplitude is not defined between two time instance. Independent variable x of n. This is a independent variable x of n. Okay. Now, yeah, very important. There are 4 ways to represent discrete time signals. Our discrete time signals can be represented in either of any of these 4 forms. First one, graphical representation, functional representation, tabular representation, sequence representation. Now, we will study one by one in detail. First one, we are coming to the graphical representation. Means we need to represent the signal in a graphical format. So, see, consider a signal which is having at x of -2 it is having a 3, x of -1 2, x of 0 it is having 0, x of 1 it is having a 3, x of 2 1, x of 3 2. See, we need to understand thing, the term which I am representing in the bracket, it is a n value, and the term which is written in the right hand side, it is a amplitude. Okay, never forget these things. Which was written in the bracket is a n value, here it is a amplitude. It is indicating at x of -2, means at -2 amplitude is -3. See here, at -2 the amplitude is -3. At x of -1 amplitude is 2. At x of -1 2. 2 means positive. We need to have a good idea here. Minus comes bottom. At bottom we get minus, at top we get plus. Okay. Now, at x of 0 it is a 0, so x of 0 the value amplitude is 0. At x of 1 means at time interval 1 amplitude is 3, right? At time interval 1 the amplitude is 3. At x of 2 amplitude is 1, at x of 2 amplitude is 1, at x of 3 amplitude 2, at x of 3 amplitude is 2. Okay. Now, another way to represent our discrete time signal is a functional representation. In general, how we write a function? We will write function as x of n equal to this curly brace, right? Same in such a manner, write here discrete time signals. The write first row as a amplitudes. Here we need to define the time instance. At 2 amplitude is -3, right? At 2 amplitude is -3. Wait, I will rub so you won't get confused. Now see carefully. At 2 we are having amplitude minus 3. Same here was represented. At 2 we are having minus 3. At minus 1 we are having 2. At minus 1 we are having 2. In such a manner every signal should be written. But carefully listen, we need to mention here our amplitudes. Here we need to mention our time instant. We need to measure our time instant. Okay. Now third one is a tabular representation. Represent our discrete time signal in the form of a table. Here form a table. In the first row, first box, keep n. Here keep x of n. At minus 2 instant amplitude is minus 3. At minus 1 amplitude is 2. At 0 amplitude is 0. At 1 amplitude is 3. At 2 amplitude is 1. At time instant 3 amplitude is 2. Yes, see here. The same signal can be represented in multiple ways, and there is a last representation called a sequence representation. In the sequence representation, we will study some of the cases. First one is finite sequence. Finite sequence means the name indicates there should be a finite number of terms. How many terms are there? Here comes the concept of length of the sequence. For the length, you must always calculate number of elements. Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the length? Length is 6. Okay. Finite sequence represent here without mentioning its time instance. Here we have represented separately like this, at minus 2, minus 1 like this. But don't represent like this. Simply put curly brace and put your amplitude values here. And very important thing I need to tell here, this arrow mark plays a crucial role. If arrow mark is defined here, it is indicating that it is a origin, means it is the point where n equal to 0. Okay. It is a infinite sequence. It is having multiple up to infinity here. It is having a terms up to infinity here, up to infinity here. See again arrow mark here. So what does arrow mark indicate? Arrow mark indicates it is the term which is having n equal to 0 time instant. And the final case, x of n equal to some signal I have given. What is the length of the signal? Everybody calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here the length of the signal is 6. Okay. Now here does arrow mark given? No. So by default, if there is no arrow mark, listen carefully. By default, if there is no arrow mark, consider first term as keep the first amplitude. For the first amplitude, keep arrow mark such that it is indicating it is a term having n equal to 0. For n equal to 0, amplitude is 3. This is for n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4 and n equal to 5 finally. So if there is no arrow mark given, assume the first term as arrow mark such that first term is n equal to 0. Okay. Hope you understand the discrete time representation of signals. If you really like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and if you really like it, please share to your friends such that they will also get benefited. Okay. Thank you.